Okay, good, good, very good. And one more set. Very good. So last sentence is very important in a circular queue definition.
May I audible?
First is circular queue is a linear data structure.
May I audible?
And, which the operation is performed by the FIFO field. The last is specific back to the
Okay.
first. Right. Insertion. And after that, right. I hope all of you have understood all the operations. Is there any doubt in this theoretical part? सर्वांना समजलंय? Okay. Now we'll start with the programming part of the we'll write a program for the circular, right? So what is the first step? Now here I will write and you can contribute in this and then I will write.
Very good morning, all of you. In last lecture, we have started unit number 6, distributed deadlock detection. In that unit,
Next item point. After that. Point directly.
okay, in that we have completed introduction part to the preliminaries. For this deadlock, there are two types of deadlock: resource deadlock and communication deadlock. Resource deadlock is related to computer or printer, and a communication deadlock means right now we are doing the communication between two user via wired or wireless communication. Okay, so we saw the graph theoretical model. Now what is the weight for graph? Okay. Next is in last lecture we saw the deadlock handling strategies in distributed system. There are three deadlock handling strategies are: first is the prevention, second is the deadlock avoidance, and third is deadlock detection. Okay, what is the prevention? Already we saw in the last lecture. Prevention means we know after doing this dash dash thing, the deadlock will be occur. Okay, means we know. For example, we'll add the two more computer machine in our network. Okay, after adding these two more computer machine in our network, deadlock will be occur. Okay, we know then we can prevent this. Okay, we can keep these two computer machine aside. Second is the deadlock avoidance. Second is the deadlock avoidance. Okay, same like prevention, we can avoid the deadlock. Okay, after adding these two computer machine, okay, we don't use these two computer machine in our network. Only we have added is okay, but we don't use this computer machine in our regular routine. This is called as awareness. And detection, after adding these two computer extra machine, and these two computer machine are sending the request to the resource. Okay, after sending the request, deadlock is occur, then we will detect this deadlock. Okay, in that in last lecture we have completed the deadlock prevention. How we will prevent the deadlock? Next, also we in last lecture we have completed deadlock avoidance. Next, also we have completed the in last lecture deadlock detection. How to detect the deadlock? There are centralized system, distributed system. Okay, see here in the centralized system, centralized deadlock detection algorithm. Before that, there are three. See here. Before that, what is deadlock? Deadlock means in waiting condition. For example, you want to meet to our HOD. Right now, 4 people are waiting for the HOD meeting to the HOD. Okay, they have appointment, and first person or first student they are discussing with HOD. Remaining 3 are in the waiting condition. But this waiting condition is 4 minutes, 2 minutes, okay. But this is the long live waiting period is called as deadlock. I repeat a second. Waiting on resources in long life. This is called as deadlock. Means we know after waiting also we didn't got this resource. Then we left from this system and we can apply the request to the another resource. Otherwise, you are waiting on the same system and the system doesn't respond to you, then here deadlock has occurred. Means A, computer machine A depend on B, B depend on C, C depend on A. Means once the cycle has created, this is called as deadlock. Means there are 3 handling strategies are, first is the prevention, second is the avoidance, and third is the detection. Okay, in the detection, all these 3 part we have completed in the last lecture. In the detection, see here, this T1 is depend on T2, T2 is depend on T1. This is called as centralized deadlock detection algorithm. Means here central part is the T2. T1 is depend on T2, T2 once again depend on T1. This is called as centralized deadlock detection algorithm. Means, for example, in our college have the FTP server. We are depend on the FTP server. Next, this centralized deadlock detection algorithm, they have the Ho Ramamurthy algorithm. They have the 2 in that Ho Ramamurthy algorithm have the 2 algorithms, 2-phase algorithm and 1-phase algorithm. What is the 2-phase algorithm? Okay, up to that we have completed the previous part in the last lecture. Okay, today we'll start the next point, centralize the deadlock detection algorithm. In centralize the deadlock detection algorithm, we'll see the Ho Ramamurthy algorithm. This algorithm have the 2 part. First is the 2-phase algorithm and second is the 1-phase algorithm. We see 2-phase algorithm. Every site means your machine. Every site maintain a status table that contain all the processes initiated at that site. See, right now I am using this computer. Means this my computer machine will maintain the database, will maintain the states. Right now I am sending the request to the all of you. Some student give the reply to the me. All this sending and receiving the state. State means these are the requesting process. All these processes are stored in the database. Include all resources which are locked and in waited condition. For example, some computer machine, some users are locked to the computer machine. Some users are in the waiting. Locked means right now this user number 1 is accessing the computer machine. Means user 1 is locked to computer machine. Computer machine is called as resource. Periodically wait for graph is the constructed as designated site. If no cycle, system is free from deadlock. I repeat once again. If cycle is created, means A depend on B, B depend on A depend on B, B depend on A. Here cycle has created. If cycle has created means here deadlock has occurred because here waiting time is more. If there is no cycle means system is free from deadlock. Only keep one sentence in your mind. If there is no cycle means our network is free from deadlock. If in our network has created cycle, okay, means here cycle has created means here 100% possibilities is there deadlock has occurred. See here, if no cycle system is our network. Right now in your college have the 1000 computer machine. Okay, if there is no cycle, system is free from deadlock. If cycle if there is cycle is occur in our network, a request for status table from all side and again construct wait for graph using only those transactions which are common to both report. If same cycle is detected, the system is declared deadlock. System is declare deadlock. I will repeat once again. What is mean by cycle? Cycle means A machine is waiting for B machine, B machine is waiting for C machine, C machine waiting for D machine, and D machine once again waiting for A machine. Means here cycle has created. If in our network the cycle is detected, then the system is declared as deadlock. This is a two-phase. Next is the one-phase algorithm. It required only one status report from each site. Each site maintain two status table. First is a resource status table and second is the process status table. Resource means right now where access the computer machine, this is also one type of resource. Printer is also one type of resource. Resource status table keep track of all the transactions that have locked or are waiting for resource store at that site. Okay, in the resource status table, right now only one computer machine is there, and where the 10 users they want to access this computer machine. Who is the resource? Here, computer machine is the resource. Means this computer machine they can keep the all the transaction. How many users already used? Okay, how many users are waiting? Okay, this locked and waiting resource waiting users they keep the all the data in the resource status table. Secondly, the process status table keep track of the resources locked by or waited for by all the transaction at that site. It does not detect false detection because it eliminates the inconsistency in state information by using only the information that is common to both table. It does not detect false deadlock. Okay, this is very difficult to detect the false deadlock. If deadlock has occurred, we'll easily detect the deadlock. This is the one phase. The two phase, okay, in the two phase, we'll check if there is the cycle or if there is no cycle, system is free from deadlock. If the cycle is detected, the system is declared as deadlock. In the one phase, they will maintain the table, resource table, and process table. This is the whole Ramamurthy algorithm. They have the two algorithms, two phase and one phase. Next is deadlock detection, distributed deadlock detection algorithm. Up to that, we have completed the centralized deadlock detection algorithm. In that centralized deadlock detection algorithm, we saw the wait for graph, how users are depend on each other. And in the centralized deadlock detection algorithm, we have completed the whole Ramamurthy algorithm. This is a two-phase algorithm and one-phase algorithm. Next point is the distributed deadlock detection algorithm. This algorithm can be divided into 4 classes. First is path pushing, second is edge chasing, third is the diffusion computation, and fourth is the global state detection. We'll see one by one. First is path pushing algorithm. See here, path means computer A machine connect with B machine. Okay, means this path is a flow from A to B or B to A. Wait for dependency information of the global wait for graph is disseminated in the form of path, that is sequence of wait for dependency edge. Sequence A to B, B to C, C to D, D to A. This is called as sequence. Sequence means path. This algorithm send n of n minus 1 by 2 message to detect a deadlock involving insight. Size of the message is O of n. Delay detected deadlock is O of n. Okay. Keep in mind, path means sequence. Right now, I want to go to the Pandharpur. Then I know the path. Path from Vahaya Gopapur, I will reach to the Pandharpur. This is the path. Second is edge. Edge means actual connection. The special messages called probe are circulated along the edge of the wait for graph to detect a cycle. The edge means actual connection. When a blocked process receive a probe, this is a probe message, it propagates the probe along its outgoing edge in the wait for graph. A process declare a deadlock when it receive a probe initiated by it. See here, probe message means we'll see if the resource is live or not. Sometime we are sending the request for the computer machine, but at the same time this computer machine is not exist. That's why with the help of this probe message means we'll check this particular computer machine is live or dead. Okay, for that we'll use the probe message. Here the probe message size is fixed. In the edge chasing algorithm, we are using this probe message. A process declare a deadlock when it receive a probe initiated by it. See here, this is the probe message. Site S1, S2, S3. Site means computer machine. All of you see this diagram. See here, site means computer machine. Site S1, S2, S3. Every computer machine have the process. See here, process P1 want to communicate, send the message to the P2, P2, P3. This site S1 process P3, they can send the message to the P4. At that time, they have mentioned the probe message. Probe message means, see here, 1 means site 1. Who has sent the message? Site 1. 3 means the site 1 process. This is source process. And 4 means destination process. Means this probe message, the P4 has received this probe message, they will check. I received this probe message from site S1 or S2. How will they identify? They will check the parameter. 1 means this is site 1, 3 means this is the process ID 3, and 4 as it is, he itself know his own ID. Next, P4 sent to P5, P5 to P6, P7. Okay, they send the probe messages. Correct? Means here we apply the only one probe message on this our group. Okay, this probe message will decide the resource or particular users are live or dead. Okay, means in the age chasing algorithm we are using the probe message. If probe message is initiated, probe message is the initiated means circulated among the users, then we are declared that here deadlock has occurred. If probe messages circulated among each other, then we are declared that deadlock has occurred. Correct? Next is the diffusion computation based algorithm. Next is diffusion competition based algorithm. It make use of echo algorithm to detect deadlock. It make use of echo algorithm to detect deadlock. For this, process send out query message along all the outgoing edge in wait for graph. Process send out query message along all the outgoing edge. The query are discarded by a running process and are echoed back by the blocked processes in the following way. In the diffusion computation based algorithm, here we are using the query. We are firing the query and they will check the echo is back or not. When a blocked process receives first query message for a particular deadlock detection initiation, it does not send a reply message until it has received a reply message for every query it had sent. I repeat once again. In the diffusion competition based algorithm, here we are fire the query. We are the fire the query on every users, or we are the fire the query on the resource also. And here we will check after firing the query on particular user or resource, Okay, may I audible? Okay, in the diffusion competition based algorithm, here we are using the query. When a blocked process receive first query, blocked process means right now this particular user are accessing this particular resource, means he blocked his incoming messages. When a blocked process receive first query message for a particular deadlock detection initiation, it does not send a reply message until it has received a reply message for every query it has sent. For all subsequent queries, it immediately sends back a reply message. If this particular user are not accessing the resource, then they will immediately send the reply message to the query. The initiator of the deadlock detection detect a deadlock when it receives a reply message for every query it has sent. How will they detect the deadlock? If this initiator means in the diffusion competition based algorithm, will decide this user is the initiator. This particular user send the query to the all of you, and all the users they give the reply. Then here will decide deadlock is detected. Is the diffusion competition based algorithm. And next is the global state detection based algorithm. In the global state detection based algorithm, a consistent snapshot of distributed system can be obtained without freezing the underlying computation. A consistent snapshot may not represent the system state at any moment in the time, but if a stable property hold in the system before the snapshot collection is initiated, this property will still hold in the snapshot. Okay, in the global state detection algorithm, here right now we are accessing the internet. Okay, internet is the global system. Every country user can access the internet. Okay, here a consistent snapshot of distributed system can be obtained without freezing the underlying computation. Means here you don't acquire or don't log the resource. See here, we're accessing the Google in everywhere. That's why we don't log this Google server. For example, I want to access this Google server. I want to access this Google server. Then I don't care about this. I easily type the URL google.com. Then Google server give the reply and display the home page on my screen. But in the global state, okay, I'm the single user right now. There are 1 million or 10 billion users are accessing the Google server, and these users they cannot lock this server. आता मी सर्व्हर यूज करतो म्हणजे मी काय ते सर्व्हर लॉक केला नाही. आय एम सेंडिंग द रिक्वेस्ट and the server give the reply. But if everybody log this server for particular user, for example, I want some information from the Google, then I have locked the one Google server. Then every user they are doing the same thing. Here automatically deadlock has occurred, because what about the remaining user? Remaining 1 lakh user or 1 million users are in waiting condition. That's why here the system is the service based. Google provides the service based system. This is the distributed system. They have the number of servers. Okay, I am just sending the request. I am just sending the request to the particular server. This particular server give the reply to the me. But at the same time, the thousands users are sending the request to the Google server. And at the same time, they can receive the request and give the reply to the all the 1,000 servers or the thousands client machine. This is called as distributed system. Means in the global state detection, we cannot log the server, but we are doing this thing, then automatically deadlock has occurred. Means here we have completed the distributed deadlock detection algorithm. This distributed deadlock detection algorithm divided into 4 phases. First is the path pushing, second is the edge chasing, third is the diffusion computation, and fourth is the global state detection. And last point of this chapter is hierarchical deadlock detection algorithm. Hierarchical means tree-like structure. Means in this chapter have total 3 deadlock detection algorithm. First is centralized, second is distributed, and third is hierarchical. Hierarchical means tree-like structure, parent, child. Relationship between child with parent. In the hierarchical deadlock detection algorithm, sites are logically arranged in hierarchical fashion. A site is responsible for detecting deadlock involving only its children sites. This algorithm, a site is responsible for detecting deadlock involving only its children sites. This algorithm take advantage of access pattern that are localized to a cluster of sites to optimize performance. Okay, in the hierarchical, we already learned this concept in the Java or C++. Inheritance. Inheritance means one class they can acquire the property of the another class. Means the child class they can acquire the property of the parent class. Same thing here. The child resource or child site depend on the, you can say, parent computer machine. Means a site is responsible for detecting deadlock involving only its children sites. This algorithm take advantage of access patterns that are localized to a cluster of sites to optimize performance. In the hierarchical deadlock detection algorithm, we see the one more algorithm in that, Menas-Muzr algorithm. In that algorithm, all the controllers are arranged in tree fashion. Controller means we can say the computer machine. A next they have the 2 child B and C. B have the 2 child C and D. D have the 2 child H and B. What it may be. Means all the controller are arranged in tree fashion. The controller at bottommost level means leaf node. We will say the leaf node. Manage resources and other non-leaf controller responsible for deadlock detection. I repeat once again. In the hierarchical deadlock detection algorithm, we can follow the tree structure. A is the parent class. They have the 2 child B and C. B right now act like parent. They have the 2 child D and E. What it may be means if the controller at bottom is below, bottommost level means this is called as leaf controller manage resources and okay they can manage the resources and non-leaf node controller are responsible for detection of deadlock. Whenever a change occur in the controller, this is called a transaction wait for graph due to resource allocation, wait or release is propagated to its parent controller. Whenever a change occur in a controller, this is the transaction wait for graph. due to resource allocation, wait or release is propagated to its parent controller. Wait, we are waiting. Release means once your work has completed, you should release the particular resource. Right now, I am waiting for this particular resource. This is the waiting condition. And after accessing the resource, I should release the particular resource because the remaining users are in the waiting condition. The parent controller makes changes in its transaction wait for graph, searches for cycle, and propagates the changes upward if necessary. A non-leaf controller can receive up-to-date information concerning the transaction wait for graph of its children continuously. Mean in the Menan's merged algorithm, they can give the information like the parent and child, and if there is the leaf node, they can manage the resources, and if there are the non-leaf node, this non-leaf node are used for detection of deadlock. In the hierarchical deadlock detection algorithm, here we will see the Ho Ramamurthy algorithm. See here, control site. This is centralized site. Okay. Means this control site, they have the control site is the parent and these are the child. The site are grouped in sites are grouped into several disjoint cluster. A site is chosen as central control site, which dynamically chooses a control site for each cluster. The central control site requests for every control site their intercluster transaction status information, wait for release. In the hierarchical deadlock detection algorithm, here we have the use the center site. This is called a parent. The center site, they can divide this site into number of cluster. Then this number of cluster they can divide into number of cluster. Means here we'll follow the tree-like structure. This is the hierarchical deadlock detection algorithm. Means here center site is the our parent class, and they have the 3 child class. Next, after that, this particular child class they can divide into another. Means they have created the remaining child class. Child class. Means here the structure like tree. This is called as hierarchical deadlock detection algorithm. All of you understood hierarchical deadlock detection algorithm? Means here we have completed the unit number 6. In that unit number 6, we have completed the introduction part. What is the deadlock? Also, we have completed the there are 2 types of deadlock: resource deadlock and communication deadlock. Resource means computer, machine, printer. These are the resources. Next, deadlock handling strategies in distributed system. There are total 3 deadlock handling strategies. First is deadlock prevention, prevent the deadlock, avoid the deadlock, and once deadlock has detected, will detect the deadlock. Also, we saw the central the deadlock detection algorithm. In that, we have completed the whole Ramamurthy algorithm. They have the 2 part, 2 phase algorithm and 1 phase algorithm. Also, we have completed distributed deadlock detection algorithm. They have the total 4 phases: path pushing, edge chasing, diffusion, computation, and global state detection. And last part of this chapter is the we have completed the hierarchical deadlock detection algorithm. Okay, here we have completed the unit number 6, chapter number 6. The name of chapter is distributed deadlock detection. All of you understood? If you have any question, please ask the question. All of you understood what is the deadlock? If you have any question, please you have question. If you have any question, please ask the question. Okay, you don't have any question. I will see the next unit number 7. Okay, I'll have to see. After that, we have completed the first section. In the first section, we have completed the 4 units. Unit number 1 is the fundamental. Unit number 2 is the message passing. Unit number 3 is the remote procedure call. And unit number 4 is the synchronization distributed system. And in the second section, we have completed distributed mutual exclusion and distributed deadlock detection. Okay, out of 8 units, the 2 units are remaining, unit number 7 and unit number 8. Means our distributed system have total 8 units. Out of that, we have completed 6 units. The next unit number 7, name of unit is distributed file system. And last unit number 8 is the distributed shared memory. Today, we'll see the distributed file system. We see the unit number 7 is the distributed file system. Already we know that there are 2 systems, centralized system and distributed system. But this distributed system is related to file. For example, I want to download some file from internet, or I want to upload some file on the Google Drive. Downloading and uploading, or I want to read the file, or I want to update the file. Means we'll say the write the file. Update means we will write the file. Okay, the distributed file system, the syllabus are introduction, architecture, mechanism for building distributed file system, design issues, log structure file system, and case studies Google file system. First is the introduction part. The distributed file system is a resource management component of distributed operating system. Distributed file system is a resource management resource management component of distributed operating system. Means in the operating system, you have studied the file system concept. Read, write, append. Okay. Means I want to read the data. This data is available inside the file. I will use the read command. I want to update some data in the database. I will use the write command. Otherwise, I want to add the data after the existing data. I will apply the append command. Means these are the commands are available in the distributed operating system. It implements common file system that can be shared by all autonomous computer. And these are the common files. Right now, I'm using this mobile or my computer machine. Right now, my computer machine have the Windows 10 operating system. This Windows 10 operating system have the different file format. My mobile also have the different file format. Another machine have the Linux operating system. They have the different file format. 2 important goals are network transparency and high availability. With help of this distributed file system, here network transparency is the main advantage. Why? Because we know we can upload or download the file. We know which data is available inside the file. Next, these files are available inside the file have the number of sentences, characters, strings. Means here data is easily available in the single file. See here in the single file have the number of character, number of string. Means all this data is available in the single file system. See here architecture of distributed file system. All of you see the architecture. See Middle is the communication network. These are the client machine. Every client machine have the cache memory and local disk. Local disk means hard disk. Every computer machine have the hard disk plus local disk. In below side, these are the server. Every server machine have the cache memory and its own own server disk. We will say the server, because server hard disk capacity is the more than client hard disk capacity. And this client machine want to send want some response from server. Before that, they will send the request to the server machine via this communication network. For example, I want to download some movie from internet. Then first I will send the request to the particular server via communication network. Then means I will open this website. I will click on, I will type the movie name. Okay, then I will select the servers. They have the a number of servers are available to provide the service. Then I will click on the particular server. Means click means I have hit the request. Hit the request means I have sent the request to the particular server. Then this particular server give the reply to the me, yes, you can download it. This downloading is going on. Means in the distributed file system, I want to download the movie from internet. This movie is available in the files. First, I will open the URL. I will hit the particular URL. Then I will search in the search text box. I will search the movie name. Then I will check I want to download this particular movie. Then I will click on it. Then after that, they have mentioned the servers, because you want to download the movie. Here, there are a number of servers are available. I will click on this server. Click on this server link means I will send the request to the particular server. Then this particular server, I have the database. This is called a server disk. This movie is available inside the disk. Then they give the reply to the client machine, and at the client end, the downloading is going on. This is the architecture of distributed file system. Means client machines and server machines are connected via internet, through internet. For example, I want to send the request to the Google server. Through internet, I have sent the request to the Google server. This is called as communication network. Means this communication network is interface between client and server. This is the architecture of distributed system. Okay, the remaining part we'll see in the next lecture. If you have any question, up to that we have completed total 6 units. Today we have started unit number 7. The name of unit is the distributed file system. This is the architecture of distributed file system. The next part we'll see in the next lecture. Up to that, you have any question, please ask the question. If you don't have any question, please drop out the meeting. Okay, we will stop here. If you have any question, please ask the question. Otherwise, you can drop out. If you don't have any question, then you can drop out.